When you shoot video, what FPS do you shoot at?
So it kind of depends on where it's going to go, and it depends on what I'm going to do with it. 24 frames per second is the movie cinematic-like frame per second that typically people see in movies. The motion blur looks most natural. 30 frames per second is usually what like sitcoms and stuff are shot at. And then 60 frames per second is usually for like higher speed action stuff. Also, the higher frame rate you shoot, you have the ability to take that footage and turn it into slow motion. So 24 frames per second, usually I'm shooting at, if I'm not gonna slow it down, like there's no slow motion or whatever, 24 frames per second. 60 frames per second if I care about slow motion at all. If you really want like even more slow motion, you can shoot 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second. That's even slower motion. So the higher the frames you go, typically you're shooting slow motion.